All right, now time to go over the E3 highlights for the Sony section of the video. Now check this out. Now they have this Last Guardian remastered. Last Guardian. It's coming out in 2016. I apparently it's a big deal. It's a fan favorite. Okay, I'm glad that they're happy. But it was on the PS2. It was a really big deal on the PS2, and they just remastered it for the PS4, so it looks prettier. Next game is called Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a new IP. That looks great. I believe that one was some kind of native that is using these high-powered compound bow with fighting these robotic dinosaurs. If Turok was hiding Dinobots, you know. And the Hitman trailer looked really good. It's a fourth, I think it's a new installment, and it continues on as a story. But it had a nice James Bond feel kind of intro. So I just know he's this kind of shadowy, dark operator. But the games are fun. It's just random. Go in there and kill these people, and you got paid as a contract. So it works. They made more than one game, so yeah, man. I mean, and I've played their games, and it's been fun playing their games. It's just I think by now I should know something more about the Hitman character, and I don't know nothing about him. There's a Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V looks pretty cool. Looks really flashy. They have some new gameplay mechanics. It's just like a Street Fighter 4, you know. It's just they kind of reduce the cartooniness and they remove those hard-edged outlines, and they kind of now the characters look better in 3D. You know, they've kind of mixed it up well. So I think that game is going to be an artistically good looking game. No Man's Sky. This is a new IP. It doesn't have a release date yet, so it's tentative. But it kind of reminds me of, you know, Star Trek in a way. So if you're a Trek fan, I'm sure you probably like a game like this because, you know, it encourages exploration. It's not just all about running and gunning and killing everything. It's more like explore the universe and like there is battles going on, so you can engage in battles. See, Destiny, the Taken King. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Destiny fan at all. When I heard that, I was thinking about buying the Sony PS4, and when I heard that it had no story, and the characters are again like Hitman, what I was talking about. There's nothing to keep us attached to them. There's no backstory to them. I'm not gonna buy that game. And also, there's a lot of grinding. But what I hear about Destiny Taken King, and I'm talking about the original Destiny. Destiny Taken King, this new expansion. Supposedly, they give them a story now. Go figure. Gamers want stories in their games, but the first game did not. Story is not included. Now stories included with this expansion. Habits and behavior patterns we're seeing from the developers. They're choosing to do these business practices that you used to get a game with some kind of a story. Even though if the story was really flimsy, there was a story. When we get games like Destiny and they don't give you a good story, and you grind and it feels like, you know, it feels empty. You feel like you wasted your time and money on their game. So, like, I'm sorry, man, but I need a story when I play a shooter. I need to know what I'm doing. That no personality, cardboard cutout, in the shadows, mysterioso guy. Like, in Rainbow Six, they're shadowy operatives, but at least they give them a backstory. There's a backstory to all the characters. When there's nothing, When I don't feel nothing, if I see a main character get shot in the head, I'm like, oh well, I guess that's the end of the end of the series. Then that tells you right there that that's not a very good story. So think about it. If you really want these characters that are so mysterious that you don't know nothing about their background and you don't know what side they stand on. Assassin's Creed Syndicate London. Okay, well that's a new Assassin's Creed. It's a new group of characters. I kind of missed out on Assassin's Creed 3. I got to catch up. So, I don't know what's going on with Assassin's Creed at all. So now I know they went from a Revolutionary War, which was cool. I did play some of that, but I didn't play the part where they're the pirates to the game, the pirate ship element and having a ship. I didn't get a chance to play that. I wanted to, but I haven't had a PS4 and so I'm still catching up. World of Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, that's right. World of Final Fantasy. When I recall on it, they look like a lot of chibi-looking characters. It's basically manga, like anime, where they draw the head huge, and they have a tiny little body. So yeah, that's what that reminded me of. It's just they're trying to make that Final Fantasy open it up to casual gamers. So it's a casual gamers kind of thing. And then what they went into was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Dun dun dun! Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now that was a big deal. I did play Final Fantasy VII original on the PS1. I loved the game. I beat it. This is a remake, so they're gonna rehaul the graphics, and I wonder what they're gonna do to the gameplay mechanics. So yeah, this is a really cool game that's coming out on the PS4. So I think that's gonna be pretty fun. And also it's kind of exciting because it was one of those games that was so expensive to make the first Final Fantasy VII. I never thought they would come back and redo a Final Fantasy VII. I think the closest thing we were going to get was that Crisis Core game on the PSP. But it's cool that we got that kind of prequel. So they should actually added that game and Final Fantasy VII together. That'd be great, just to give you a context if you never played Final Fantasy VII before. So, all right. Then there's a Shenmue 3. For Shenmue 3 will happen unless you fund it. So yeah, so basically they already met their goals. They asked for $2 million, now they're asking for $10 million for Shenmue, and they're trying to reach that new 10 million goal mark just so they can get it in more consoles and stuff. So I imagine that was gonna there was a catch-22 to that, but Shenmue, I heard, was a really good game. I don't know much about Shenmue. I just know that it's a big name among gamers. I just never got a chance to play that RPG. Batman Arkham Knight, that looked freaking cool. I liked the way what they were doing, but I did not like the fact that if you see the trailer, go see the trailer now. But I'm gonna spoil it right now. They cremate the Joker. Why you kill off the main character? You might as well kill off Batman. And supposedly in the story, in the trailer, they say it's been 9 months since the Joker died. Gotham is quiet, and this is the story of Batman's death. So, I wonder how that game is going to be. I know it's supposed to have the new Batmobile, and they actually, I heard reports now after the E3 and what's kind of happened between there and now, from now when I post this, is that they have bugs. So they had the beta and they actually took down the beta from Steam. So right now they're reworking a lot of things, so they're reworking the game. And hopefully they get it all fixed, because a lot of people are looking for Batman Arkham Knight. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. What can I say? That's the John Madden of shooters. Every year you'll get a new Call of Duty. Yeah, to me, when the game comes out every year or every other year, it's not like nothing new. It's just, yeah, man. I'm tired of Call of Duty. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I would like them to take a break from it for a little bit and just kind of come back with something really original. Because once the game comes out every couple of years, they're not taking the time to develop and to really develop ideas for gameplay, interesting gaming mechanics that deserves the time and effort of you hardcore shooter fans, you know? So that's what I'm thinking, like, you know, they need to take, when an idea has been beat to death, you need to take a break, rethink it, come back with something interesting and new. And sometimes you need to stop and take a break and rethink things and come back with something interesting and new. I don't know. I haven't given this game a chance, so I just know that I don't pay much attention to the Call of Duty games. But if I do get if I get to try a demo of it or something, maybe they'll win me over. But this one was kind of like futuristic kind of scenario and stuff. So okay, you know, that's a different take. You're trying something new, but let's just see where it goes from there. Star Wars Battlefront from EA. Star Wars Battlefront EA, that looks really cool. I'm a Star Wars fan for sure. Battlefront's been pretty good. I remember playing some on the PSP and those were fun. The only thing I heard about this particular game, it made me a little salty, but it's called Star Wars Battlefront. All the battles take place on a planet, in the planet's hemisphere. But there's no space battles. So if you just have no space battles, then you should just call it Wars Battlefront. Yeah, Wars Battlefront. That's what it should really be called. It's not the same when you're going in space. Because, you know, in the movies, we're seeing that stuff going on, but you're just showing us the Endor half, you know? You're just showing us what happened in Hoth and Endor, but looks really great, but you guys just forgot to add the stars to the Star Wars, you know? So, it's still probably going to be fun. I think you guys should have just added the space battles. In my opinion. I think a lot of fans agree with me. They kind of want to go and fly their fighters in a space battle. And finally, but not least, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. That was a fantastic looking trailer. And then they showed actual gameplay footage of them riding a Jeep and the destructive damage, all this world damage you can doing, like environmental damage, how the you know water physics and everything. The game just looks amazing. I mean, I can't say it enough. Amazing. Kind of get something stuck there. No, the game looks really good. I am an Uncharted fan. I know every game of Uncharted is top notch from Naughty Dog. They're a good company. You know, I'm a fan. I believe that, you know, this can be the next Indiana Jones franchise. They can have a next adventure franchise if you use a male protagonist, you know, Nathan Drake. But I think we need to see like this adventurous kind of James Bond-esque with Nathan Drake when in the adventure genre. I think that'd be cool. So, you know, I'm thinking if they made a movie, it would be awesome, because this is definitely movie material. It's so easy just to convert this to a movie. And this game is so top notch. It's probably better than anything they can ever come up with in Hollywood. You know, so, you know, this is where we kind of argue, you know, what's better, movies or video games. You know, hey man, video games take effort on your part. You know, you got to play the game. You don't see the cool things until you actually master the levels and go on. In a movie, you don't have to. There's no effort required. You just sit back and you're an observer, so you're watching and you're letting it all take in all this stuff that's going on. You know, and that's the difference between a video game and a movie. And I think that's why I like playing video games. I like video games a little more than movies because, you know, it requires me an effort on my part to plow through the game. You know, sometimes the games are freaking hard and you want to rage quit. But that just makes them better. You have a story at the end of the day. All right, so this is what I got from the Sony E3 highlights.